Was the light like not? Do I need to flip the camera? What's going on? There we go. Here. Okay. Oh, so I like today kind of started out weird. I had a sick tooth and it was really hurting. I woke up the other morning at like 3 in the morning. My face was all swollen and I've been taking antibiotics for the last couple days, so it's been rough. Seriously rough. And then the antibiotics were like causing other issues, and so it's just been like a kind of miserable last couple days. And so um I what is that? So I don't know what that is. So I got up today and the first thing this morning when I woke up, I'm like having negative thoughts, and it's not, it's not normal for me. Is my phone charging or what? I don't know why this oh, okay, now I know. I know why. I mean, first thing this morning, I was not even like, I don't think I had even opened my eyes yet, and I was already having negative thoughts, and that's like never a good sign. So, confirmation. So I did my best to fight back, and sometimes, I mean, I know that when I'm getting, like, I know that when I'm vulnerable, I know that when I'm not feeling well is when I get attacked. Like, I know that it's always been like that. It's always been like that, like, my whole life. And it's usually like that for other people, too. It's not just me. So, I, like, just picked myself up, tried to go about my day. Somebody did me a big favor this morning, like, a really big favor. And, all I could think of, like, it was actually kind of annoying this morning, like, because there was a scheduling difference. So I kind of felt like I was being, like, kind of forgotten or left behind kind of thing. And rather than let that feeling persist, I just threw gratitude at it. I just threw a bunch of gratitude on the situation because I know that gratitude is a massive weapon against the enemy. So I just did that and it worked. And then I talked to a friend on the phone and talked to her for like 2 hours. Haven't talked to her for a while, a couple months, I think. And talked to her and told her some of the things that the Lord had showed me lately, and she didn't really want to hear it. So I was like, all right, just tried to change the subject. And then I was, hey, how's it going? Hello. And then I could tell she didn't really want to hear what I had to say. And that's like, I get it. A lot of the times when the Lord is telling us something through somebody else and we feel convicted about it, we don't want to hear it. I totally understand that. Hi, how's it going? Um, and so all praise to the Most High. That's right. And I understood. So we talked about, because we're both artists, and so we started talking about art instead. I just kept changing the subject back to art because I didn't really know what else to talk to her about. And she and I have something in common. We worked at a camp called Camp Miller here in the United States. Hi, how's it going? Um, and that's where she and I met. So, um, I just tried to talk about that. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Um, so, let me know where you're watching from if you don't mind, like what state, or city. I know most of my viewers are in the United States. Got a couple in Canada and United Kingdom. So I kept going through the day. Like, I just kept persisting and praying and talking to the Lord. And then, I went to go get some, oh, nice, Thailand. I haven't been there yet. I found a place in the town where I am, um, that has like high pH water. So I go over there and I fill up my water bottles. Not really a big deal, but it was really cool because it was cool because the Lord led me there. Like, I didn't really know that that place had high pH water, and it tastes good to me. I like the high pH water. Hey, how's it going, Shelly? And then there was a thrift store next door. So I go into the thrift store, and my flip flops had broken. Like, my shoes broke. I don't know, like a week ago. And hey, Emma and Skyla, Luis, is it? Then you should go to bed. Go to sleep. Stop scrolling. I know I'm guilty of scrolling sometimes myself. So then I went into, so the Lord told me to go into the hey, what's up, Luke? Luis? Oh, don't cry. You're all right. Don't worry about it. I've done the same thing, scrolling. Um, so there's this thrift store next door, and I go into the thrift store, and he knew, of course, the Lord knows that my shoes broke the other day, and so he tells me to go into the thrift store. I normally would not go into the thrift store, especially because I've been living in my car for a while, and like, I usually don't have any extra money to go spending money on anything. And like, most of my money goes to food and keeping our car clean, like doing laundry and stuff like that, because I live with my dog. She's in the back seat right now. We're talking about the Lord. We're talking about testimony for today. And about 2 weeks ago, the Lord was talking to me about the color yellow. He kept talking about the color yellow, and I was kind of like, I don't know why you keep bringing this up. Like, I don't know why the color yellow is suddenly so important. But he kept mentioning it to me over and over and over again, and so I remembered it. So I go into the thrift store, and usually, when you go into a secondhand store, you got to like search through everything to find what you're looking for. Well, the times three times three times three happy, that's pretty happy. But I didn't have to. The Lord took me, like, directed me exactly to the area where they have shoes. And I'm like, I don't want to search through shoes. I hate shopping. I'm one of those weird women that hates shopping. Hey, if you guys would do me a favor and hit the like button, that would be amazing. I would appreciate that very much. So I look up on the top of the shelf, and there's a pair of flip-flops for like $8, and they're exactly the size that I need. I didn't have to search for them or anything. I just looked there. Like, I just let him guide me into the store and picked him up and left. It was amazing. But then, you don't care white shopping? Or did you mean while shopping? Anyway, I put these flip-flops on. I go outside, and I took off the shoes that were broken, and I'm looking at the shoes. The Lord tells me to look at the shoes. And so I do. And on them, they're made by some company called Yellow Box. That's the yellow. He was just talking to me about yellow probably like 2 weeks ago. So, I mean, it's just the things that the Lord does are just crazy. He's wild, the things that he does. I don't know. What is that? Is that I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's a box. Yellow box. Okay, I get it. I don't even know. I've got like probably hundreds of stories like that. He had me traveling all across the country just this last winter. It was probably almost a year ago now. It's a cat box. Interesting. It doesn't, I guess it's a cat in a box. It doesn't really look like that. I don't know. I think I need better glasses or something. But he had me traveling all the way across the country to a place called Pensacola, North Carolina. I didn't know there was even a Pensacola, North Carolina. I thought there was only a Pensacola, Florida. But and during that time, he directed me exactly there. There's no cell service because of the hurricane. There was no cell service. There was no way for me to find this town. I didn't know where I was. My GPS cut out. My phone wasn't working at all. And he told me, go left here, go right there. I mean, it was weird. Like, I hadn't really experienced with that with him. And he led me exactly to this volunteer camp. Um, it led me exactly to this volunteer camp that was the place where they needed me. That was exactly where the Lord had led me to. All the way across the country from California to all the way from California to, I don't know why they hid that message. I'm not sure. But it was exactly where I needed to be. It was wild. I mean, all the way from California, where I live in California, to North Carolina. I had no idea that place was even there. I didn't even know it existed. But he led me all the way across the country to there. And then just recently he had me traveling down to Mexico. He had me travel all the way down to Mexico, all the way through Baja California, which is like the peninsula of Mexico. It's not the mainland Mexico. I'm sure the answer will be a Holy Spirit, but my ask, how to hear his voice? You mean like how to make that happen? Is that what you're talking about? Because initially what it was I fasted for an extended period of time. I fasted for about 60 days. That's when I started hearing him. I was hearing him before that, but I wasn't sure what it was. I wasn't sure if it was just me, like hearing my own thoughts. I wasn't sure. When I fasted, that's when it became clear that I was speaking, that the Lord was speaking to me. I mean, it was just like, oh, okay. You're Mexican and white? Mexican and American? I don't even know what that is, exactly what you would call that. But that's when it became clear. It was after I fasted. Also, prayer, reading the word, and just basically marinating myself neck deep in everything God. Prayers, worship music, nature, and reading his word. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. I grew up around a bunch of migrant farm workers, so I don't know. I think I'm not really sure. Yeah, there's a donation link in the description of my channel. It's for a Cash App, I believe it is. It's I think it's the $ and then Wisdom Refined. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And it was it was incredible. I didn't the things the Lord has done in my life are just I I can't, like, I have seen true miracles happen. I don't, there's no other explanation for it. The Lord did it, no doubt about it. I've been living in my car with my dog. She's in the back seat sleeping right now. Um, for 3 years, almost 3 years. This coming December, it'll be 3 years. And I have gotten really frustrated with the Lord. Like, why do you have me living in my car? You know, I could be doing so much more, I could be doing so much more for your kingdom, and I could be doing so much more to help people. And I have to say that, when the Lord calls you to something, you can't force it. I mean, he does what he wants to do. The Lord does as he pleases. And um it's it's been really hard. I've been really frustrated. I've done it alone. All my family is dead. All of them. I lost 13 people. They all died in less than 3 years. So I've been through it with the Lord, big time. I've been through it with him, and I mean, it's been crazy. It's been a wild ride with him, and it took a long time to heal from losing that many people, including my little brother died, and I raised him, so it was like losing a little brother and a kid Very hard. Very hard stuff. I mean, like, most people don't survive what I've been through. They just don't. Um, and I'm not saying that to toot my own horn like, oh, I'm so, badass or anything. That's not it. It's all praise to the Most High. Like, there's no way I could have done it by myself. There's no way. And there's certainly no way I could have found, I mean, I'm sure I could have found my way across the country, but the things that the Lord has shown me, and a lot of it's documented. Thank you. Thank you, Luis. I appreciate that. Um, but I mean, it's all on my YouTube channel. Like, I've documented everything that he's done, everything. I've talked about it. I've been, like, been really candid about it, been honest about it, what he's shown me, and just incredible stuff. Just incredible stuff. It's been it's been a wild ride with him, and but just today, I mean, it seems like such a small thing. I mean, most people wait for miracles and they look for, like, lightning in the sky or something, but it's the little things. It's the little things, like the Lord guiding you into a secondhand shop, like a thrift shop, and directing you right to where you need to be for the exact pair of shoes that's exactly your size. Because I mean, it's not like a shoe store. There's all kinds of different shoes in there, and they're all secondhand, and they're all um, different styles and everything else. Some of them men's shoes, some of them women's shoes, but these shoes were exactly the size that I needed. And I'll show them to you. I'll show you one of them. Um, and I like sparkly stuff, and they've got sparklies, and the little thing on the bottom, it says yellow box. I think is it upside down? Oh crap, I can't see it. Yeah. Oh, here. See? Yellow box. Remember I was telling you about the yellow? He told me to look. Well, go get a snack then, Luis. He told me to look for the color yellow. He told me to keep my eyes out for it. So I did. And I haven't really seen anybody wearing yellow. I don't really have any yellow clothes myself. So I didn't really see anything yellow. And I thought, well, maybe I heard him wrong or something. But nope, I heard him right. So it's the little things. It really is. With the Lord, it's the small things. And when we miss the small things, there's a verse in the Bible that Christ says, um, if you don't believe me about earth, if you don't believe me about earthly things, how can I tell you about heavenly things? Like, you don't seem to be listening. And is basically what Christ is saying in that verse. And it's basically what he's saying is, if you don't believe me about the things that you know about, how are you going to believe me when I tell you about the things that you don't know about? So I'm not throwing the macaroni in the oven because I don't have any snacks. You're funny, Luis. I'm not throwing the macaroni in the oven because I do not have any snacks. I don't eat macaroni anymore. I gave up gluten, and I just recently gave up sugar. Oh God. I mean, oh God. Sugar kicked my ass. Like, it kicked my butt big time. I didn't even think I was eating that much sugar, but when I stopped eating it, I fasted from sugar. Well, I fasted from everything for 2 days, but no sugar. And I don't really drink soda or anything like that, but I don't really eat bread. Mostly like fruits and vegetables I eat. And I didn't eat sugar for 2 days. Kicked my butt big time. I did not feel okay for 2 days. And then when I looked it up online, it recommends that you don't just quit sugar altogether. And I was like, oh duh, I didn't know that. And so I realized why I felt so bad. Like, I was literally going through sugar withdrawals. Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know, and I certainly didn't know they could be that bad. It was so bad, you guys. Horrendous. Like, I felt like crap for those 2 days. But it humbled me, no doubt. Like, humbled me big time. And like for as tough and as strong as I am, something like quitting sugar humbled my butt big time. And now that I don't, I don't think I've eaten any sugar for like, and it wasn't like I was eating sugar or something. I was drinking a bunch of soda or eating candy or anything like that. It was like, I would use coconut sugar in my tea and stuff like that. Like, it wasn't like I was just, eating a bunch of garbage or a bunch of junk food. It wasn't like that. But still, just not drinking, like, I've had some black coffee, but like no creamer, no sugar in it. But those sugar withdrawals kicked my butt big time. And I have not had my butt kicked like that in a while. But it really humbled me. I kind of felt a little bit stupid for not understanding that sugar withdrawals could be so bad. But when I looked it up finally, I think it was like on the second day, halfway through the day, I looked it up because I thought, I feel really awful. Like, I don't really know why I feel so awful right now. And when I read what it said online about sugar withdrawals, I was like, oh, that's why. I felt kind of silly, but you know, we all do silly stuff sometimes. I needed to quit sugar though. I would say about 95% of the spiritual warfare that I go through, that I've been through in the last couple years, like some of it's hardcore stuff, has been because of the stuff I eat. Yeah, yeah, I'm American. I mean, I live in the United States. I was born here. Yeah. Um, but most people, they don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear about, they don't want to hear about being accountable. They don't want to, because it's easier to like blame demons outside of ourselves, and I get that. I totally understand that. If somebody had told me 2 years ago that, um, the stuff that I was eating was making my life so much harder, I wouldn't have wanted to listen either. It was over like the leading of the Lord, like telling me and showing me over the last couple years that it was me. How come your messages keep getting flagged? Just throw everything in the oven. Do we? I don't have an oven, Luis. I haven't had an oven for like 3 years, so I don't know. I don't microwave stuff either. Hi, Shawnee. Is it Shane or Shawnee? I don't want to say your name wrong. Um, so, but I mean, really like cutting out, like I stopped eating gluten and I didn't do it for some like fad or because it's like cool or something. I did it because I was exercising a lot and still I wasn't losing any. Shawnee? Okay, thanks. Oh, is it Shane? Did I say Shane first? I think I said Shane first. I used to have a friend named Shane. It's just because it has three E's on the end. So it looks like Shane. Shane. I'm not making fun. I'm making fun of myself. No, 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 don't apologize. No, don't be sorry. No, no need for it. It was me. I was mispronouncing your name. Sorry. Um, no worries. Um, so, but like I would say about, yeah, 95% of the spiritual warfare I've been through in the last couple years. Thank you. Thanks. It's just because it has the extra E's on the end, so I wasn't sure if it was Shawnee or Shane or Shane. It's cool. Um, I think that's cute, actually. But I didn't know that it was me. I didn't know that I was the one responsible for like letting basically demons into my life by eating sugar, gluten. I'm not saying all gluten is bad, but we eat it too much. I was eating too much. I was eating bread all the time. And it's not really our fault necessarily, but we can cut down on things. We can like keep it less. And the more I started exercising and I wasn't losing any weight, and I thought, why am I exercising and I'm not losing any weight? Um, so I was frustrated. And so when I stopped eating gluten, I started losing weight. And I'm like, what? This is wild, Like I didn't know that was the problem. So and then just recently, like I cut out sugar. Not because of the weight thing. I'm not really concerned about the weight, but I was wondering why. I'm like, I exercise so much and still I'm not like seeing any difference in my body. So when I stopped eating like bread and just gluten, it's in everything. They put it in all our food. Gluten, 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 and sugar in everything. And it's not exactly that there's anything wrong with bread. There's nothing really like inherently wrong with bread. The problem is that most of our wheat and wheat flour is made from GMO wheat. So the genetically modified organisms, aka GMO. All right, have a great rest of 2025, Shane. Um, that's the problem. Is the genetically modified stuff. It's really bad. It's really really bad. So bye. Have a good night. Sleep well. Sweet dreams. Um, it's it's awful. But I know that most people, we don't really grow our own food. Most people don't. Most people can't. And like if you live in a city and stuff like that, it's hard to grow your own food. So, but I just wanted to share. No, you just got here, Louise. You're funny. But I just wanted to share the testimony about the shoes thing. I know it seems like a really simple thing, but we miss God in the small things. Like too often people are looking for big, great signs, huge signs. Um, and that's not usually where I find the Lord. I find him in the small things. And when we don't look for him in the small things, we miss him. A lot of the time we miss the miracles in our life. I mean, I know like buying, seeing a pair of flip-flops in the thrift store might not seem like a big deal to you guys, but if you knew, if you had been watching my channel and if you knew about some of the other miracles that the Lord has performed in my life, you'd see it. And my point is that we miss the I don't know. I don't know, Louise. We miss the miracles and the little things. Um, so it's important to pay attention to the little things. Um, I I'll say a little prayer for us before I get off of here. Um, Dear Father, we just lift everybody who's been in this room up to you, and we just ask you to cover them with your grace and your mercy. We thank you for the gift of life. We thank you for your presence in our lives, and we thank you for protecting our families and the things that we love and the people that we love, and if we have pets, for protecting them and for giving us roofs over our heads and food in our bellies, and a way to pay our bills and take care of ourselves, and clothes to wear and beds to sleep in, and shoes and all kinds of things, Father. I just thank you for the little things, and just lift all these people up to you, Father, and just ask that you do for them what you've done for me, Father. Thank you so much for being with us in every breath. In Jesus' name, amen. All right, so see that the heart popped up double? Huh? What are you talking about, Louise? Oh, are you clicking the heart? Is that I don't see any hearts. What you talking about, Willis? No, don't end the bid. Don't end the bid. Okay, fam. All right, what you want to talk about then, Willis? Um, I have a couple more minutes, but I do need to go to sleep because I get up early, so I'm kind of tired today. Um, but do you know the Lord, Luis? Luis Ordinales. Ordiales. Wait, what? Ordiales. Hmm? Do you know him? Do you have the Lord in your life, Luis? Oh, now he's all quiet. He's like got so many comments and now he doesn't want to say anything. No? Whenever I click on all the harder live stream, but someone's like clicking in after I click, I don't even know what you mean. Whenever I click on all the harder live stream, but someone's like clicking it after I click. I don't even know what that means, bro. Bruh. I don't know what that means. I hardly ever watch people's lives, so, and I rarely do lives myself. But, I don't even know what that means whenever I click on all the harder live. Huh? I'm just like getting more and more confused by what? Elise? No. Whenever I, you're a goofball. Ordiales. I don't think I've ever heard that name. I've never heard that. Is that a Hispanic name? You said you're Mexican and what? Caucasian? Oh, okay. But on the screen it says Luis. All right. Good to meet you, Elise. Did you know that the EL in your name, like all the angels have EL, like Michael is EL, and then like Gabrielle is EL, like it's the EL, like my middle name is Ellen. So the EL is supposed to be like angelic. Did you know that, Elise? Well, now you do. How come you have Luis on your screen name though? Because that's why I kept calling you Luis. Like it says that on the screen. How come your name is Elise, but I did that once on Facebook. I pretended I was a boy for a year because I wanted to get this job with a radio station, like talk radio. But like all the guys were like, oh, okay, that makes sense. I understand. But like all the guys were like, they didn't like girls. They didn't want, it wasn't that they didn't like girls, but they didn't respect women and they didn't want girls, like women, to be on their radio show. So on Facebook, I made up this profile and I pretended to be a guy for a year. And I kept like posting and trying to like get them to like be friends with me, and they did. They were friends with me for like a year. And then I started calling into their radio show, and finally, like after about a year, I called in and I was like, this is my name on the Facebook account was Rue. I use that name. So like it says like I think it's my name on here is Are You Wise or Are You Wise or Refined? Or no, it's Wisdom Refined. Oh, okay, that's your dad. Cuz it's your dad's account. I understand now. And then finally I called in and I said, "No, that's been me on Facebook this whole time." And they realized that they had been tricked. And so they gave me the job. But I mean, that was the only time I've ever pretended to be a guy, but I wasn't like physically pretending to be a guy. I was just pretending to be a guy online. So it was funny, but it got me the job. So, you know, what can I say? I really wanted that job too. I liked being on the radio. I liked doing talk radio. It was a lot of fun. It was like a conspiracy theory show. We had a lot of fun together, but I was the only female on that show. The only one. They didn't really want females, but because I tricked them for a year, they had to let me do it or something. I don't know. But I'm going to go to sleep now. I am very tired. I really appreciate all of your comments, Elise, and I hope you have a very good night, and I hope you and your dad are very blessed, and um, just stay close to the Lord is the best thing for us. Um, love, blessings, and compassion to everyone. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Peace be with you.